welcome to another week of Anime Winter 2026 tier list, where I go over the most recent episodes that I personally seen and rate them based on how I felt about it. The numeric score as well as the just word score are different. I can say something's like a 5 out of 10, but if I enjoyed it so much because it was so trashy, it might just go into peak. Here we go. So, a little bit of updates. I know a lot of people check this tier list out to see what's been dropped in updates news. If you don't know, I've already made a video explaining about Tamon, right? It's in the Tamon playlist, but a lot of people don't check the playlist. Tamon is dropped. It is what it is. It has nothing to do with performance. It has everything to do with the copyright holders that refuses to let this content be shown. There's nothing I can do about it. It is an impossible battle to win when they are this strict about it. It sucks. It is what it is. Definitely would rate this anime potentially an 8 out of 10. I think that JC staff is nailing this shoujo adaptation. They are killing it. This is JC staff at their best, and I wish that more people will go over and watch it. But Japanese corporations, man, they just don't like free advertisement. They're stuck in their old ways and would rather shoot themselves in the foot rather than think about how can we all succeed together. It is what it is. Now, let's talk about some of the shows that were kind of mid this week. What was it? I'd say Hero Party. Now, we just watched the most recent episode. We just watched the most recent episode of this, but that doesn't count, right? Because again, it's about last week's stuff. This will go to the next week. I think that the most recent episode was actually kind of peak because of how bad it was. But this episode that's been rated for this week's tier list is what? The one where he got unlucky. It was the wrap up of the Hero Party passive aggression. You know, I'm sorry I left you behind, Cecilia. Apology, whatever. It's all right. Just some fun little slice of life stuff. Next up, Chain Soldier. I think it should be great, but I'm gonna put it at good. Ren, I think, should have popped off harder. I think that the way that they did Ren's transformation scene was pretty bad. You know what I mean? Like, the compositing and the usage of 3D did not really hit as hard as it should. The overall black and white tones, as well as poor compositing in the 3D, really made for a jarring scene where we're popping off in Ren's form. Ren's powers were cool, but I think that the soundtrack used and the overall direction could have been way better. The fan service still, you know, they're not gonna fuck up on that, right? The fan service was nice, it was funny. Ren, who is this alpha Giga Chad captain, maybe she wants some head pats. Maybe that's what Yuki wants. Is it deep inside and she's realizing, oh shit, maybe I actually kind of like being the dog instead of the master. Who knows, man? Now we're leading into some hype content regarding, you know, the Azuma family and some sort of succession war stuff. That should be pretty fun. Jack of all trades, party of none. Most recent episode, I would probably place it somewhere here too. I really enjoy this anime for being how thorough it is. The pacing is an issue for some people because of how one-to-one they're handling it. They're not really skipping any little detail, and they're very sweaty in the video game mechanics they handle. Like, genuinely, go watch an episode of this. You'll realize that, like, damn, they're like really setting this up. Fully exploring video game mechanics beyond just buffs, cooldowns, you know, identification of how significant the debuff is, you know, the buff order, the cooldown management, raid party, you know, just thinking about like common tactics, strategies. They go heavy with that. Now, the most recent episode was kind of a setup as shit's about to hit the fan. It was still a good episode overall and really sets the stage of what's going to happen in the future. There was a really fucked up scene with that super hype girl that's, you know, the frontline dodge tank talking about her trauma from the past because someone Giga Chad died and that's why she's all doing this. That was kind of weird. So next episode, I expect her to fuck up and for the main character kind of pull up and save. And the Hero Party, they got to go back in there to kind of like clean up after their own mess. I think this coming episode tomorrow is going to be really good. Furiren! The most recent episode of Furiren, I think, is the most Furiren episode we've ever seen. Because it's not really talking, it's not like vertical progression of the main story. We're in a new town, and it's hot springs. And even before getting to the hot spring town, we dipped our toes going up to a mountain. It wasn't worth it. But it actually was worth it for the view. It's basically, Furiren, I think, can be a forever anime. I think this is like the perfect sitcom anime. Kind of like The Simpsons, or Family Guy, or some of the other stuff like Seinfeld. What I'm trying to describe is that once you've established this homey, cozy, comfortable group of characters, all you can do is just have slices of life fun interactions without really progressing the main plot, and it excels at that. Amazing episode. We got an ice cream free run that was really cute to see, but I personally would like to see more of the Hero of the South and that kind of stuff. Next up, you and I are polar opposites. I'd probably put it at good. Nothing too crazy happening here. The most recent episode was also very chummy, homey. No crazy romantic developments. Just kind of hanging out with the friends, going to a gas station at open, bothering Ayano Koji there, talking about how casual outfits, you know, oh my god, you're wearing this, and then seeing Tani-kun and getting, you know, embarrassed. These recent episodes have definitely slowed down. I would like something to happen, right? Because right now it kind of feels like we're just adapting side story chapters. I want the main relationship to develop in a way, but we gotta let it give some time to cook. Overall, they're all just good episodes. Was there a great anime episode? Shit, we're left to these. These are all fucking peak. Hell's Paradise was actually peak. This most recent episode of Hell's Paradise is what I've been waiting for season 2. Because season 2 kind of started off a little bit exciting, a little bit boring in terms of Chobe fighting Gabimaru, sure, but then after that, it's just like Gabimaru's having mental issues. What's going on with his fucking past? And is his wife real or not? And we're kind of handling that. And then they're doing some Tencent, you know, lore. I've been really waiting for the new samurai and the ninjas to pull up. And man, it delivered. The ninjas are fucking crazy in the way that they were willing to just kill off their members to show how much resolve they had. The samurais are very interesting. All 4 of them are very interesting, huh? Shugen obviously is the most interesting one with the way that he's able to conduct this justice in such a fucking evil way. He's fucked in the head, yet he rationalizes and processes emotions, and that's what actually scares me, that he's willing to kill off all the Yakuza family members, the children, the women that's not even really involved, but because no tolerance, right? That's the kind of person he is. We're gonna clash and it's gonna get crazy. Jika also, the bisexual, nonchalant guy, he's hiding a lot of cards up his sleeves. The Shota had one of the greatest cuts in Hell's Paradise with this like rotating moves against the, you know, the monsters. And the big girl, the giantess, she's like Darth Maul in the way that she fights. I am very excited to see how this plays out as we kind of have all these different factions come together. It's gonna blow up, man. Sentenced to be a Hero. Most recent episode, I'd say it was great. Nothing too crazy. It was a setup as we get into some fucking insane stuff. So even the setup episode I think was masterful. They did Venetim's backstory amazingly. The way that the interrogation starts off and we're thinking, what's gonna happen with this guy? Oh, he's a con artist. I'm here for con, right? No. He conned too close to the sun and made some shit up which happened to be the truth. We uncovered Hail Hydra. The blight demon shit has invaded into the temples, the military. So the higher ups, the decision makers, oh yeah, it's all there. It's not like we didn't realize something was off at the end of episode 1 when Xylo's about to be sentenced to be a hero, but man, the plot was cooking, the direction was great. There was also some really nice slice of life happening with Xylo, Kiviya, and Teo getting ice cream. Kiviya talking about her resentment and her regrets and the character development that comes from that. They're hyping up this new character too, Sav, right? The guy who's gambling and cut off the other guy's fingers off. And this arc right now, it's a suicide mission. It sucks that they're treating us this way. Yet at the same time, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy because this is a suicide mission. They expect us to die. Like, there is no time limit. It's literally hold off as long as you can. This is gonna create an insane episode, right? You can already see how the siege with no fucking time limit. I can't wait, bro. I think we're gonna pop off. Next up, Shiboyugi, most recent episode. Let's think about this. It was the climax of the battle against Mishiro. The crash out. I gotta put this at peak. I think that the direction of this anime is one of the best directed animes this season. Underrated for sure. I think that this type of anime kind of filters out a lot of people from the beginning because of how seemingly slow paced it is. It is a very intricate anime. Every moment is intentional. Even if there's like 30 seconds of nothing seemingly happening, there is something happening. Days of My Stepsister, nah, nothing's happening. But Shiboyugi, nah, I definitely would recommend this. It's a very artistic anime and the director is cracked in his vision of how to animate this anime. Oshinoko, I fucking loved it. Probably enjoyed it the most. The old Unk apology cosplay was hilarious, man. The way that Ruby's also making plays, I love it. From the context of a content creator looking at it from a perspective of engaging in controversy and having fun with it, Ruby is doing it amazingly. The cosplay, lewd, the confrontation, sexual assault, oh my god, it got spicy. Oh my god, we put the TV station on heat, but Ruby, man, she is Aizen right now. She is Urahara right now. She is Kenjaku right now. And I want to see how far Ruby's gonna take this, man. Base Strange Fake. Peak. Fucking peak, bro. I don't know. Face Strange Fake was fucking something else, man. This recent episode of Face Strange Fake, basically, it was kind of like a setup again, transition, where we are hyping up new characters, new servant masters that's being added on to the roster. Because remember, 6 fake, 7 real. The Hercules lore was crazy. The Mafia guy using all 3 command spells to make him into Avenger Archer was like, wow, Alcides, man. Potential Maya's kid being the soldier, right? And now he's going to become a heroic servant by going through trials, extra class. What the fuck? What else was going on? There was... What else was happening? We didn't handle Hippo stuff yet. The bulk of the episode was that. It was a really interesting setup. And if you have watched the other Face series, there's a lot of Easter eggs that you can pick up on, really appreciate too. Overall, I think Oshinoko had a higher peak. This was kind of a setup one, right? This one was like a pop-off episode, this one. But even the setup, man, it is fucking amazing. Yeah, the Francesca scene too. True. Francois and Francesca Prelati. The clapping into screaming. My god, the direction, the soundtrack, Hiroki Sawano's version, the soundtrack version for the Pelati stuff, I can't wait for the full version to get released. Hansa's soundtrack got released, by the way. Go check that out. It's so fucking good. And the fog too, the death stuff, it's getting hype, and Flats can see the fog coming down. And of course, Jujutsu Kaisen. Where should this go? They use rotoscope, bro. I can't believe they would use rotoscope. They're getting lazy. These dudes fucking use rotoscope technology. Yo, learn how to fucking animate. Nah, rotoscope peak. That last scene, is it just me or did it feel like Yuji was under domestic abuse? If Aoi Todo is like a schizo good big brother and a best friend to Yuji, Hakari feels like a Yakuza brother that's like punishing, you know, him for fucking up. The way that Yuji was like, no. The Kirara stuff too was a lot of spice too, of us like, wait, is it a man? Is it a woman? Is there a penis? Whatever. The panda scenes, fuck, bro. Even pandas cry. That hurt. I'm really invested into the world of JJK. A lot of people are basically not treating this seriously because of all the memes, but to me, like, I'm so invested into the story, that shit hits hard. The Kusakabe scene, I think I was a bit disrespectful because when his sister literally started walking out of the wheelchair, I called her a fraud. But that was also a very emotional, impactful scene. The voice acting as she sees Takeru, right? The passed away son, but using cursed, you know, cursed corpse mutation, right? Yaga's greatest curse technique, basically creating these sentient, autonomous dolls. It's dangerous. And the way that Yaga goes out from Ganji, that fucking pisses me off. Yaga abruptly dying like that, it sucks, man. Panda got nothing else. He got his friends, but it's so tragic. I hope that Ganji gets the justice he deserves. I hope Gojo comes out and the first person he kills is Ganji, man. Fuck, that pisses me off. Hakari overall, the moral philosophy about gambling, the fever and the passion, I like it. He is stupid, but he's not stupid. He's academically not intelligent, but in terms of street business salve, he has a vision. He wants to use his fight club to use the chaos right now during tumultuous times and to make it into a legitimate organization to monetize and to explore how far the fight club can go in a capitalistic way. I like it. He's got a lot of ambition. The overall episode was a setup, kind of chilling. There was a lot of emotional tones. A lot of people weren't really taking it seriously. But to me, JJK continues to be the anime of the season for me, man. So many fucking peak animes to check out. So many good animes too. And this is my final rating for this week. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.